Looking good. Wow, you're looking good. Ladies and gentlemen, testing. Welcome to the pre-show. There we go, we're live. Trey's having a sip of, what are we having a sip of, Trey?
So listen, all right? I don't usually promote alcohol because I don't really drink it at home.
No.
My parents are getting married tomorrow. You know, I thought, let me just take a sip. So right now, we've got red berry Ciroc.
Oh, I see you.
And a bit of cranberry juice.
Yeah, that's
you know
what I thought, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Get the cranberry juice in. And welcome everyone. Today's setup is slightly cleaner than the little dope check we did on the Monday. That was certainly one of the moments of all time. But yeah, let's go big wiener Taylor. Welcome to the show. We've got a lot to talk about today. It's the final weekend of matches. Optic are back in action. The boys are back. Trey's on the road. Just quick word for the stream on some of us are just built different, doing things on the road. But it's okay. It's like no.
Listen, I've even messaged my Airbnb. You know, already messaged my Airbnb and be like, yo, when I arrive Monday, I need that room.
Pronto.
I need that room ready.
Yeah.
For Monday's dope check. So listen, I'm carrying everything with me. We're all gonna be set up. You know, I did buy bought some new trousers. Got some tailored trousers.
I actually picked up a couple things today too. I ain't gonna lie. I had a little pot. I picked up 3 items in the last 2 days. It's pretty rare for me because I was this year so far and picked up much. But I picked up a couple
I'm like
things.
7. I'm like 7. You know.
Trey's rotated up, doing better than Rabs. I mean, yeah, respectfully, yeah.
Yeah, but like, that's a little bit different though, cause, bro, my shit ain't even like annoying to take though. Like,
nah, I hear you, yeah. Oh, Trey's
I bring
massive
everything
on this
like,
cam. There we go. No, you're good. No, that was fine. You were just it's just change the camera.
Can you hear me all right if I sit here?
Absolutely sensational.
Beautiful. I don't want to like lean in. I look like Igor, the fucking hunchback.
No, you're good. Bad News says I opened my first ever pack and got Wixel help me. I opened a pack today and got Dahum. So, that's what I'm talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just as the people file in here for the biggest pre-show of the day, we got some games on the website. So if you guys aren't familiar with bread, let me check my bread. I've only got 16 bread because I opened a pack the other day. But this is how you earn your bread. But there's now a new way to earn the bread, which I don't think is yet on the About Bread page. And that is games. So you play one of the games every day, you pick up 10 bread. And we got Wordle, although we can't call it Wordle because of copyright. But I'm going to drop a little Skies in there. All right.
We got Coddle. We got Coddle.
Yeah, we got Coddle. I mean, I wanted to call it Coddle. That was my suggestion. But instead we've got Player Guesser. So, whatever, like. yeah. I think Coddle... yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Player Guesser.
Yeah, we got Player Guesser. But it's Guesser just with an R at the end. Yeah, I know, yeah. So... I mean, look, it works in the same way.
Why don't they call it CDL Guesser or like...
That's what I'm saying, but maybe CDL, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Coddle. I thought Coddle was hard, actually. But, it is what it is.
Yeah, Coddle's fire.
I thought Coddle was fire.
People might be like, some people might mistake it for, like, Cuddle.
Wait, he's older than 25, no rings.
Older than 25?
And not American.
Me, is it?
It might be. I gotta put you in. Oh, okay. It's not you, but he is 27 with no rings. But more than 3. So you got 3 wins on here. Tippable.
Bang.
Let's go. So, yeah. So that's okay. So more than 3. But less than, and not English either. No, English. He is English. Yeah, I can see. Okay, no, he is English. 27. I mean, is it Benjamin Bance? Is it Benjamin Bance? Bang! 3 guesses. Look at
It was
that.
Ben.
It was Ben. Yeah, it was Ben. More than 3 wins. Because he's got
Bit
your win,
disrespectful.
and then he's got more online cheese, I guess. There you go. Well done, chat. I actually got it before you guys said it, so I'm taking that. 3 guesses, average 5 guesses, 973 players. Damn, the people are cooking on it already. Let's go. Okay, and the other one, I'm not sure I can be asked to do this, I'm not going to lie, Trey, because this is the grid lock, and apparently one of these grids has only one player that's viable, so you've got to make sure you don't use them elsewhere.
We'll give it 3 minutes. We'll give it a go for 3 minutes. We'll rapid fire. Listen.
Yeah, I'm not trying to I'm not going to sweat this out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm respectfully, I'm not sweating out for 10 bread when I can just go into the back end and give myself 10k. But I obviously don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
No, I would never do that. Also, appreciate you guys tuning in already. If you're new here, if you just turned up, please like the stream. We would appreciate it. We hit like 350 likes on the last couple of pre-shows, so we're trying to smash through that number again. You guys know how we do it. Okay, FaZe and New York. FaZe and Team with Standy in the CDL. Team with Havoc in the CDL. Wow, I mean, this bloody hell. Like, we're locking in here. New York and at least 30.
Up the stream right now.
New York and 30. I mean, I'm thinking Grim. Or Clay. That's true. There's 2 of them. So at least 30 and 8+ could be a number. Do we put Clay in anywhere else here? I mean, I'll just throw Clayster in there. Why not? We'll get 1. Nice little green on the board. So at least 30 and 8+ wins. I mean, Slasher is 30 now.
Crim?
I don't want to use Crim just in case I need him elsewhere. But I don't think I do, really. But,
I mean, Slasher's a good one too.
Yeah, but it's probably going to say fake news because you remember last time when it was like, it was only CDL only or some bullshit. But
Nah, fuck that.
I mean, I'm going Slasher, and if this is cap, then because he definitely has more than 8 wins, doesn't he? Yeah, it counts. Team with Standy in the CDL.
Standy and FaZe, I feel like that's going to be the one.
I mean, I was thinking Major Maniac, so it came to mind for me. Is that right?
Wait, that's fire. Yeah, it is, yeah. Because he played for ATL in 2019, and he teamed with Standy on...
Bang!
Was it Rocker?
I mean, if that's actually a cook, then, you know, lock in real quick. Should I say... Oh, does Clay's team with Standy as well? Oh, you did, because he played with... Team with Standy... Oh, shit, yeah. Team with Standy and 30 years old. Who would that be? Did anyone team with Standy who's 30 apart from Clay? Because I probably should have put Clay in that one then, huh? Maybe that was the difficult one.
That might be it. Yeah, we might
be good. All right, pack it up, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next week.
We might have just bummed ourselves there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, all good. I think Turtle says I got to be careful, but maybe we've already not been careful enough. So you know, it is what it is. You know what? Maybe I'll come back to that if chat says anything. But I've got a couple of things I wanted to go through. Gonna start here. Have a look at this. This is DreamHack Major 4. The greatest CDL major of all time, so Breaking Point. This is the layout. And this, to be fair, they've actually kind of cooked up here, I'm not going to lie. So,
hey, listen, this event is going to be fire.
It is going to be fire. It is going to be fire.
Also, you know, I said, obviously, I got some people coming, you know. And one of those names I put down, Rab, he was a producer for, you know, he produced a few songs for Lil Durk. He hit me up today and goes, yo, listen, I can't come. I said, oh, shit, nah, that's cool, bro. Don't worry about it. I know you're busy. He goes, yeah. Ken Carson's production company hit me up, and they want to use my guitars for some new shit. So I said, listen, you don't have to apologize. I'm not going to hold you on that one. That's fine.
You do, you. Wow, that's wild.
That's fine.
Honestly, typical.
You know,
Traders knows these people, you know what I'm saying? Traders be doing it like that.
That's my guy.
Anyway, this is the setup. We've got the main stage on the far right-hand side. We've got VIP seating up close. We've got reserved seating further back. We've got open seating one further back from that. We've got the watch parties on the far left-hand side. Got the side stage, which is going to have on the day one, that's going to have the second matches. The challengers pits right here. Team booths. I mean, backstage is going to be some chaos as well. Merch booth, scuff booth, Monster Energy. Going to have some food. It's going to be an absolutely world-class setup. Yeah, anyone in chat going? I mean, I'm in chat. I'll be there. I'm flying out in about 4 days.
I'm
Trey's flying out about 3
on
days.
Monday. Yeah, Monday. Yeah.
Hell
I'm excited,
yeah.
man. Like, this event's gonna be crazy. You know, I've had a lot of people asking me about the coaching stuff too. Listen, I'm not coaching. Just so you're aware, I'm not coaching. Time wise, it wasn't good for me. You know, I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. I'm hitting the gym. You know, and then 7 p.m. is when scrims start. And listen, I thought me and Rab need to be on the watch party. You know, I can't leave my brother, so the coaching stuff is choked.
Oh, I need to get back to an email, actually. I got an email yesterday from Lamborghini. They want to give me a Lamborghini.
Oh, boy.
They want to let me ride on their simulator. But pretty fine. I literally need to get back to Patrick here because he says, DreamHack team, let me know you'll be attending Dallas. Lamborghini will be debuting a newly designed Lamborghini simulator. So I better lock in.
Oh, we're whipping it. Oh, we're whipping that bitch.
We might be. We'll see. So yeah, we'll lock in on that one. But yeah, so okay, we've also got our favorite organization, Carolina Ravens. I don't know what this is, Trey, but the parent company of Carolina Ravens has rebranded to Napster. I'm a little bit confused.
Napster, isn't that a fucking...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Hang on, I know I'm not tweaking when I think Napster's like... What the hell is Napster?
Well, Napster is like the precursor to Spotify back in the day. When people were stealing music and that. And
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that was still the gimmick and London was like, yeah, sure, what, you stealing shit? Yeah, sure, sign me up, yeah.
Yeah, log in. Okay, so when you were there, you remember they rebranded to like, oh, not rebranded, but they merged with Infinite Reality
Metaverse
or some shit like that. And they said
listen, they were sat there, yeah, Rab, and I'm not even lying, they were like, yo, we want people to watch the CDO event VR. You know, they buy a jersey. We want to scan, we want to...
Wait, is this you for real? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. And I'm like sat there thinking, I just want to play COD. I don't give a fuck. And then he sat there like...
I found it. Here we go.
He sat there like, wow, this thing's going to go...
This is unreal.
He was like, yo, it's going to go mental. Bear in mind, we needed a facility at the time. And the facility we wanted, you know... He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll sort this whole room out for you by the time you get here. We got there.
It
wasn't so. It wasn't.
Okay,
so we get shoved in the back rooms. It was like a horror movie, light flickering and shit, bro. I was in a bro. You know what's crazy? It might as well have been the filing cabinet. That's where we were at. We called it the dungeon.
Dear me.
And the funniest one is when we was at, when it was London and Carolina, we called it the Bat Cave. We didn't have no windows. It was underground.
What an org, man. My favourite org. I mean, I found the article here. So this is when Infinite Reality and Rect Global announced what they... So they said that they were worth $500 million. That's what they said.
Right, so here's another story. Apparently, the shares sold for like 400 million, like when they bought Ravens out. But like,
no, but that was just it was the valuation based on the percentage of the company that they owned,
and it was
a fake
through
valuation.
Like crypto too. So like, it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
It was through like the Infinite Reality bullshit. So like,
yeah, it's what I'm reading out right now.
We got told the number. It's like, damn. We're worth so much money.
So they basically valued Infinite Reality at $2 billion somehow. And therefore, because Rect Global came on as like a 25% of that, then they were like, yeah, this is 470 million worth. Here we go. It's said Reality. So it will now operate under the Infinite Reality banner with combined offices in New York, LA, Las Vegas, Charlotte, London, and Berlin. Do they mention Trey in here? Unfortunately not. You got blacklisted from the statement. They don't even talk about COD.
I don't give a fuck anyway. Fuck those motherfuckers.
Oh, hey, look at this. Creator collectives, the creator economy / NIL monetization app FullCube. Rect is also home to the esport industry's most robust media and marketing agency business. And obviously the incredibly valuable London Royal Ravens, who have only gone on to do great things in the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're a lot of money still.
So I'm a little bit
They're doing
confused
great
why
over
they've
there.
rebranded to
They're great.
Napster, because Napster's dead and buried. So like, are they trying to come back? I'm a little bit confused.
Oh, what, you're telling me like Napster that was scamming downloads for about a million years have just been acquired or like partnered up with the Ravens, who are also the biggest
Right,
scammers in the
like,
CDO?
right, Ravens are not here any longer. Right?
They're not here to take part.
This is nah.
They're not here to take over.
Yeah.
They're here to fuck off.
Yeah, they honestly are. Like, they will be gone. They will be gone after this year. No doubt about it. Axiom says Battle Beef will have a booth too. That's pretty good to see. What's good, Kimchi? Welcome to the show. We're talking about Ravens being the worst organization in the world. As always. I mean, to be fair, there were some bad ones back in the day. But Ravens in the CDL era. Whew,
All right,
they take
explain
the
to me how I
cake.
joined Ravens after being on Red Reserve.
Oh, my
It's
God.
just...
Yeah. It's not fair. What's good, Ruger? What's good, Reflect? Welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, we'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. We're going to smash a like goal today. You guys know how we do it because it's a big day.
Yeah, so listen, we've had 350 likes each pre-show. For the last pre-show, well, I say the last pre-show, for the last online pre-show, for the online matches, if we could get to 400 likes, I will give away a Scuff controller on my own behalf.
No way.
On my own behalf.
Trey's
If we
going to
get
be rocking
400
over
likes in
to
the
the
stream,
Scuff booth and just like, whoop.
oh
grab a
yeah,
little one
no,
of them.
there won't be there won't be a whoop about it. It'll be like, yo, listen, fellas,
Yeah.
I fucked up. I'm not spending $250. I need a controller ASAP.
I'll tweet about it. I'll tweet about it. Okay, I honestly appreciate all you guys listening and tuning in today. Let's talk about a bit of the Stallions drama. So, I don't know if you saw much of this unfold, Trevor, the last couple of days, but Stallions,
I have.
they got into some drama, and one of their players, okay, you got Swooty. He's this, like, Splitgate kid, and
He's cool as fuck, though. He's cool.
he seems sound, but he's got no pro points, unfortunately. So, people don't want to team with him.
He's dumb as fuck. He's talking. Listen, I love Swoop. He comes to my streams. He's a character. All right, but that
He's a
motherfucker be
character for sure.
talking. That motherfucker be talking like he's got 70,000 pro points first C type shit.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So, okay, unfortunately, people don't want to team with him. The team kind of blew apart. Millie dipped out of there, went to team with Gunless. So it's all been going on. Then Skies steps into the plate and says, you know what? If I get to 2,500 subs, this is like you, Trey, saying, you know what? I'll play for Stallions.
Yeah,
I'll play
hang
for
on a minute.
Stallions.
How's this working out, by the way? Yeah, if I get 1,500 subs, I'll play. Man, I missed out.
Infinite
on
money
some
glitch,
shit,
right?
man. And fucking Zuma ate it up like flies on shit and was like, yeah, I'll what? Because listen, obviously it's fire, but he was like, yo, now Caesar Skies is living the dream.
I mean, you got to tip it for Skies, right? Like, he's cashing in on the Optic juice while it's there for him. Obviously, it's not worked out on the team, but here he is, still playing, still farming. I respect it heavy. It's exactly what I'd be doing.
Motherfuckers in the gulag, like, yeah, if I get 2,500 subs, I'll play it. I'll play for the Stallions, and it's like, listen, Shotzi gained me 1,000 odd subs when I said I'd get the Shotzi haircut
Oh my god.
back in Vanguard.
Yeah.
I thought that was genius too.
It's infinite money glitch,
But-
bro.
I mean, yeah, it was genius until I actually got the fucking haircut, and I looked like a bollock. I look like a bull. I look like a lollipop that been dropped in cat hair. Like, that's how bad I looked.
So Skies is honestly farming more cash now than he did before.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some like stupid post on Reddit or maybe Twitter about Pred coming back to Optic after that.
Yeah, they played last
After that
night.
video that came out, and like happy that he won with shots or something like that. And someone was like, bro, someone's like, Pred would never, like, Pred ain't going back there. His Falcon contract's crazy or something like that. And someone was like, what? Are you stupid? Like, his Falcons contract ain't that crazy. He could make it all back on Optic. He's making, they're making easily 10K a month off just content alone. And I'm like, this guy really doesn't understand Falcons, does he?
He thinks Falcons ain't moving like that.
He thinks Pred's on like 80K. He thinks Optic could offer them in, and he's a millionaire off content. I don't know. Listen, these fans, they're not very... Listen, you got to be clued up in this stuff to know what you're talking about. You know, and I don't talk about like contracts and stuff like that, but listen. Falcons ain't letting Pred go. Pred, you know. Pred's stuck. And I don't think he cares if he's stuck, because I wouldn't be either.
We actually did drop a few frames there, but I think we're all good. So yeah, if there was any issues, then hit the refresh, but we're still live. Yeah, Pred and Shotzi having fun. I know that people are saying, oh, here we go. They're bringing him back. I think I talked about it in my video today. I estimated the chances of them teaming again together at like 20%. I think it's possible.
I'd probably give it 10.
Yeah. I think it's possible, but I think it's pretty unlikely. Like, the way that Pred is in his crew as well, I just don't... Like, if Optic are like, AG, we need you back, and they're actually down to do that, then...
Yeah, but like, the Falcons ain't just going to be
That's
like,
what I'm saying, exactly. And I think for AG, it just
The Falcons have got a world champ generational player that's from Australia, bro. Like, they ain't just going to be like, oh, Diddums, he wants to go back. Absolutely, let him go.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to see Pred on Falcons. And listen, I think Pred's happy on Falcons too.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
I mean, breaking point.
He
Falcons.
looks happy to be. I mean, I'd be happy too if I was AG.
He looks absolutely ecstatic.
He looks like he's having a great time. He's at the basketball. He's at the hockey. Probably on company dime.
He's probably dapping up Irvin. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kyrie. Like, he's blessed.
What a year for AG, man. What a year.
I think it is a good year for AG. Like, all that drama at the start of the year. And now he's thriving. You know? There's only some people that can do that, and AG's one of them. And me and you, of course.
Okay, so Yogi says, Optic will just get Pred Jr., Zach, that Zuma is flying in.
Bro, I've been looking at his tweets, bro. He is comedy, bro.
Right.
He's like, bro, should I just quit my job?
I don't know if he's taking the piss or not. Okay, let's read these tweets here from our boy,
read some of his tweets.
Zach. Yeah, so this guy, Zach. So, okay, lots of the young kids from the APAC region. Obviously, the region ain't what it used to be because it used to be a load of legendary names. Dens, Shocks, Fighter, Buzzo, Luca did the rounds, Nimble, Excite.
Nimble was... Bro, I thought Nimble was, like, good.
Nimble was
and then
him,
I played
bro.
him, I was like...
No?
I played him, I was like...
I remember he was cooking on like online Black Ops 3 qualifiers.
Brother, that's what I thought about like a lot of the Australians. I was like, oh, these guys talk other people, and I play them. I'm like, oh, we don't be talking me though.
I see. There's another name that's on the tip of my tongue. I'm just gonna go and find it. Swiftazor. That's what I was thinking of. I got the team.
Bro, who's that? Who's that? Yo, there was a motherfucker that nearly knocked me out of champs.
Damage.
Gydra.
Gydra, wow, yeah.
The tall motherfucker that looked like Scump, the ginger one.
Yeah, look at this. I found him. He's got
a
real
dropped the
profile
server.
picture.
Bro, he dropped it. Listen, fringe hardpoint, P1, literally straight off the bat of the game, 40 seconds in, he had a Cerberus on the map. I'm walking around like, shit, we might not be in champs here, boys.
What a player. I mean, look at this profile picture. Gydra, wow. That is a name for the archives there. So we got Gydra, we got Eminence, Zeus, obviously Zephyr, Dens, Chilean. Wow, good times. But anyway, that's back in the day. Nowadays, we got some new Aussie kids on the block. I know there's a bit of drama about these fellas, and what things are looking like over there. You know, people are. It's like with Pred, people were like, well, he ain't that good. He's just beating up on these kids, which he was, to be fair. But he was also good, as it turned out. This kid, Zach, he gets the opportunity, potentially, to come into the Stallions. Maybe the best APAC player over the last couple of years, trying to fund himself out there. And maybe Zuma's going to make it happen. So his tweets look like this.
I saw someone say like, nah, Scrap says he's gonna pay for first class. I'm like, bro, that's like eight bands.
Bro, from Australia, yeah. Also, flights in general from Australia aren't cheap. Like people, even if you want to fly from like Perth to Sydney,
like 2K or something.
It costs you low. Like the internal flights are insanely.
Yeah, I was trying to tell people this because a lot of when I be chilling with some people in Discord, like they're like, oh, I'd love to go traveling, but everything's so expensive. I'm like, it really ain't expensive. Like when you live in the UK, like I was about to get a flight, just a day flight to Italy and return the next day, and it was like £35. Like, is that not?
It's wild, yeah. Exactly. The only things are like you have to add on baggage and shit. But if you're just running it up, then
bro, if I'm just going for a quick day,
exactly,
you
don't even need anything.
Like,
it's a backpack.
I'll wear the exact same clothes. Like I'm not stressed. Like I want to go check this shit out. Like I was literally about to do it because I know I was just at home bored and I was like,
just feeling it. Get like a 6 a.m. flight. So it's like 2.5 hour flight. Get into Rome at 9. Spend the day.
Go take some pics. Come on.
Fly in by like 10. Class.
Yeah, maybe you find like your best friend out there that owns a mansion, and then like
then you stay for the next 4 years.
I'm moving to Italy.
Hell yeah!
I've already decided. I'm moving.
Italy's fire. Or no BPHQ, Kadia. Zach, look at the numbers. He's cooking. I'm gonna try and fly out right now. I'm low-key down to quit this job. 3 days ago, I cut my father out of my life forever. Now I have the chance to play for Stallions and get on a flight tonight for DreamHack Dallas.
Yeah, I didn't get that
love
tweet.
This shit.
I didn't get that tweet.
Yeah,
I didn't get it.
Was he like making like a point about like karma?
I really didn't get that shit. Yo, get rid of your father. You'll be a COD pro.
Yeah, like I'm not sure I agree with that one.
I don't want to be like insensitive, but like
no, I sure he's feeling some type of way.
The correlation, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, got rid of my pops, now about to fly to America to play for the Stallions. Like, life's mad.
Yeah,
I think get a correlation.
How fast did the Stallions get poached if Zach is Pred Jr.? Bro, people are like really gassed because I think Mercules is turned the tides. People are like, damn, every new kid's gonna be the next Mercules.
Yeah, and what if he comes in and just gets absolutely smoked?
You gotta like appreciate the fact that most new players that will come in won't be all that. Like it is what it is. Some will, which is why they should get the chance, but like they won't all be. So
yeah, that's what someone was saying to me. They were like, "Oh, yo," someone come on my stream the other day and was like, "Yo, Mercules and Optic, they're gonna get like the finals next event." I was like, "You do realize how good some of these teams are? You know, like Mercules. Listen, Mercules is fire. I love Mercules, but like the Optic team still isn't like amazing. You know, they've still got some shit to iron out. Whereas like you've got FaZe, Deeves, Surge. Like you got to understand, there's some good teams out there." Everyone's trying to find Simp Jr. Everyone's trying to find the next Simp. And Mercules could be the next Simp in terms of talent-wise, but, like, bro, I was watching some old highlights back, and Simp was just, like, it was, like, greatest Call of Duty clips of all time, and Simp was, like, 85% of
I mean, I think the first time I ever watched Simp play, it was BO3, Stronghold S&D. He was, like, on the outside bit where the left rock is, and he just one-bursted a guy... came out the bottom mansion, one bursted a guy top mansion, one bursted a guy on like the wall run, and then went and like planted the bomb. I was like, what?
Listen, I was a very good sniper back in the day. Like I would class myself as one of the best snipers ever in the league. But when Simp joined and then played Black Ops 4 with E United, that kid was like, it was a montage clip, left, right, rhubarb. It was insane.
So Zach then says, "Is Scrap about to book me first class? I'm treaking right now. Oh my god." So these tweets were comedy. I don't actually know what's happening. No, but he did tweet out 7 hours ago. Flight soon. It's happening, baby. It's happening. He actually is getting him out there. Let's go. I'm actually really excited for this. It's going to be a good story. It's obviously great
Bro,
that
how did it
Zuma's,
even
like,
come
keeping...
down? Like,
That's what I'm saying. How did he even get
Did he
involved?
play with him, or were they just like, who's the greatest talent in NZ or Australia? And they were
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah. Can we
Zach.
get another Pred? Yeah.
Yeah. Can we get LePred James?
Praying for
And
the
then
alley
Zach
so
was
I
the
can
third.
hoop. Goes pretty hard, actually. So...
That was terrible.
yeah. The other thing that was happening is this Twisty kid. So I'm intrigued to your thoughts on this, actually, Trey. Because... So anyway, Dashi was ringing on this guy Twisty's account. And to be fair, he was shooting like Dashi. But the point was, obviously, there's levels to this game, right? That's what people were talking about. The difference between being a pro. I think you see this sometimes. Like, I've only ever played a couple of games with a pro, like a public match. I got into a lobby with Bance back in BO3. It was like a Nuketown. It was like a Nuketown domination or something. He was on my team, to be fair, but he dropped like 120. I had like 70, maybe, something like that. So it's just like, it's just levels, isn't it? And
My boy Rab shooting.
I mean, to be fair, I was cooking. I've got up the scoreboard somewhere. But he was just running around like drop. I mean, but it's easy to drop numbers when he's already got a freaking hater in the air, right? A VSAT. Like, you just know where they are. It's like not rocket science. And then the other game, it might have been more than this, but I played one against Octane back in like BO3 because my mate was a Twitch sub of his, and Octane would do sub 8s.
Yeah.
So I just session joined my friend and got on the other team, and obviously it was ping, so it wasn't the best lobby ever, but it was still like you play against the pros and you appreciate that like there's a different level of like, even if you're playing a good player who might hit 4 shots out of 7, the pro's going to hit 4 shots out of 5 or 4 shots out of 6, and like the difference between how quick you die or how limited your errors are is just pretty crazy. And obviously you don't see it when, like, you know, respectfully, Hixie's coming in there getting slammed, not dropping the greatest numbers. Just, you know, my bad, first name that came to mind. But, you know, difficult season on the Surge. Hixie's still better than, like, fucking everyone else, but he's just... He drops a 0.7 against absolute best players in the game with the best gunny, and people are like, damn, this guy's trash. But the reality is there's levels, you know. You put Dashi in challenges, and he looks like he's cheating, which Zinni thought he was cheating.
Yeah, that's... there's, like... I mean, it works the same for, like, every sport, though, you know? Like, you see motherfuckers be cooking in the championship, and they go to the Prem and get absolutely, like...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, they just look terrible. But then... You know, they go back to the championship. I mean, like, I don't want to roast anyone, but, like, Pool, for example. Pool goes to the league. In challenges, Pool fries. He goes to the league. He gets dropped, goes back to the challenges. Fellow, you know, it's happened the past few years, too. He fries in challenges, goes to the league, you know, albeit he doesn't choose the best fucking roster to join. Mm-hmm. But if Fellow went back to challenges, he'd probably be winning everything. You know, it's... But, like, that happens in every sport, though. You know, sometimes you just gotta learn Chinese.
Absolutely. I mean, James says in today's COD, speed is a massive skill diff. Back in the day, ADS was so slow you can't keep up nowadays without reaction time speed. I don't know, like, there is obviously a correlation between reaction speed and stuff, but I don't think it's as big as people think it is. And
yeah.
But
I don't know.
You're not necessarily wrong. Like, the game's definitely changed in terms of speed and everything like that. So could expansion help, or would that make it worse? Look, I'd like to see 16 teams.
Expansion helps everything, but like, I don't want to sit here and be like, I'm not going to be as closed-minded as everyone else and be like, yo, if expansion happens, we're going to get 4 more dog shit teams because, like, listen, the league ain't really very competitive, in my opinion. We have a lot of mid. So what's the issue of bringing in, like, a bunch more players? You know, there's obviously talent down there. Like Mercury said, there's not much in terms of, like, back in the day. Mm-hmm. But if there's 2 to 3 Mercules out there, you know, across the whole, like, EU, NA and like APAC region, bro, there's always going to be bad teams in the league. Like, you look at football in terms of like the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich just buy all the best players from every other German team because that's like how it is. So like that's like Falcons, for example, that would be like the perfect. Falcons are going to just go poach everyone in the next in the off season. That's like not on the top teams that they can make a top team from. So I don't really see any difference.
Yeah, I agree with that, to be fair. I mean, I'd still like to see it. I'm just not sure what's next in terms of the actual teams that come in, because I heard a little bit more about the teams coming in, because we're not going to get...
I heard something pretty crazy, but like...
Okay, like, because I'm not going to like say shit. I'm just going to say that there's a couple of Saudi teams... already happened. Interesting. I actually didn't hear about anything actually happening.
I heard something's already on... I heard the ball's already rolling.
God damn. Okay. Well. That's interesting. Because look, there's two orgs out there. There's Ravens. There's Boston. That might be calling it a day. I wouldn't be surprised. Are we going to have enough? Go on, Dre.
I had a conversation with someone. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good.
But I had a conversation with someone the other week about the Saudi orgs coming in and if they need any help with like connections and stuff like that, or just being like just being in tune. And they hit me back up a few days ago and was like, that conversation we had, shit's already moving.
Oh, interesting. Let's just say that if that's true, then that the Saudis are making it happen, that there's more competition for these spots. Like, this is the thing that's kind of annoying about... There probably is the interest to make expansion happen, but let's just say it's not just the Saudi teams that are trying to get these spots. Like, if Ravens and Boston are the two teams we're looking at to probably just chalk it up, then there are other teams that are also interested in those spots outside of Twisted Minds and Al-Katsiri Sports, assuming those are the two Saudi teams interested. And the question then comes down to, how much can I pay? Option one. And second option is, what does the league think about it? Because at the end of the day, the league gets vetoes on these things. The league can choose who their franchises are. So if you've got like 6 orgs trying to get involved, the bottom line is, it's unlikely to me, in my opinion, that if we get 2 changes, if we get Carolina gone and Boston gone, it's unlikely to me that both of those will go to new Saudi orgs. It's possible that one of them will, but to my understanding, it's very unlikely that both of them will. But I may
it's
be wrong
that highest
about that.
bidder, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree, and you can probably guess who the highest bidder is going to be. But like, I think the league will have some perspective on that, depending on the other organization that's coming in. Obviously, there's been lots of talk about Envy as well, and whether Stroh's going to come back in. I mean, like, I sat down with him in Dallas back in March and had a convo, and I was like, "Yo, you got to bring back Dallas Empire." And he basically told me that he's interested when the time is right and when it makes sense for Envy as a brand. But they've literally just come back into Halo. So
yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's hard for a lot of people to come into COD because it is a money sink. Realistically, and not everyone can just afford the salaries, and people don't want to join the CDL. That's why a lot of Saudi orgs have got a lot of interest, because listen, they don't really care. Like, their money's just printed when they spend it. It's a blank check at the end of the day. Whereas other orgs in esports, like, it ain't like that. That's why it's kind of scary that the Saudi orgs are coming in, because take like 100 Thieves, for example. Are they going to be able to offer the salaries that Saudi orgs are going to be able to offer? Like, scrap.
Nadeshot's going to have to be cancelling that extension on the house, like, whereas in Saudi, it don't work like that.
Nadeshot might have to cancel the salary.
Yeah.
Like his own salary. Yeah. He might just be doing it for love of the game.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, you make an interesting point, Jake. Obviously, Halo is very different in terms of commitment and all these other things. It's interesting what orgs or what like esports different orgs go into, because when teams have gone into Marvel Rivals, it's kind of, I had a quick chat with a couple of people about this, but it's pretty interesting because Marvel Rivals comes out. It's like, okay, it's kind of a new Overwatch. There's maybe issues with the IP, but it's an exciting game. Loads of people are playing it. Everyone's grinding it. So as an org, you can kind of just come in, pick up a team. Doesn't cost you that much money really, because the salaries are relatively low in new esport. And if it don't work out, you just quit and it's fine. But if it does work out, then you can do what Sentinels did in Valorant, which is blow up. But it doesn't necessarily work like that everywhere. But in Halo, again, Halo's kind of a known quantity. You know what you're getting. The other question is, with all of these teams, is that if Envy want to come back in, I'm sure they would like to be either Envy or they would like to potentially be Dallas Empire. But of course, Optic, they have the rights to Texas, right? So, you know, maybe they could share it if they wanted. LA is shared, sure. But that would require Hector to say, you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure Optic own the whole like Texas area.
Well, exactly. I don't think you can just come in as Dallas Empire when Optic already control Texas technically. Ideally, we can just go away from that BS and it can just be Optic Gaming and Team Envy. I'm fine with that. I reckon...
Which I think will happen in
18 months.
In some capacity soon. 18 months?
Well, I'm just saying probably not next year, but the year after. That's what I'm thinking.
I'd probably agree.
Because I think if it was going to happen next year, we'd probably already have known. But we'll see.
COD likes to drop bombs just like left, right, rhubarb. So.
They honestly, this is the time of year that they try and drop the bombs. Yeah, the whole Texas area went to Optic when the original merger happened. The thing is as well is like who makes the decisions there at Optic, because given the ownership structure and how it went with Envy, like even if Hex is like, you know what, Stro, you're my boy, you want the Dallas team name, you can have it, no sweat. You know, even if you could do that, which.
We'll be Optic Frisco.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Optic Allen. They've already got Optic Allen. That's the alien.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but the info branding is fire. But even if Hector was to say that, maybe Hector don't make the calls right when it comes to these big strategic things. So it's a good question. David S86 says, "Why gentle frauds?" Yeah, because I put gentle frauds in the title. I mean, it's gentle mates, but like I had to call them something. And there's not really a good slander name, unfortunately, for gentle mates. But obviously they do deserve one, to be fair. So we'll have a look at how that's getting on in a second. But there's some big games coming up this evening. I think I've pretty much gone through all the pointers I wanted to give you guys on the day. Let's get into today's matches, because the current CDL standings look like this. FaZe and Thieves are currently tied for first. And it's all really going to determine on the major who is going to end up being number one seed. Yeah, Jake says he's tried hosting Chicago events the last 2 years. Yeah, you know what, let's talk a little bit more about that. Chicago, there was rumours there was going to be a Chicago event this year, and of course if there was going to be one, it was always going to be Optic. I was hoping there would be one, because I'd love to go there. I've never been. Seems like a pretty cool city, to be honest. But I think probably, Jake, it's only a matter of time until the city-based stuff disappears. But yeah, FaZe and Thieves are at 420 points. Shout out Dan Ghosty. Toronto at third, Surge at fourth, and then it's a real drop-off down to Miami at fourth. Ravens are still pretty close. Boston at 190, and Optic have a nice little cushion ahead of Cloud9 and Rocker. But pretty big games today. Obviously, all Optic really need to do here, because they're currently sitting pretty in the qualifiers. I mean, they're 2-1 of the qualifiers. All Optic got to do is just take the freebie. Take the guaranteed 10 points on the table against Gentlemates and cash in. And you know what? I'm going to hit a little reaction to the post, and then I can collect my 10 bread on the day. Bread.
Optic are going to get their LAG coin. Minnesota are going to go last map and just troll us as always.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's exactly what I thought.
And LA Thieves are just going to absolutely smoke, man.
You think they're smoking, man?
Listen, that Ravens series is either going to be a 3-0 to Ravens or a 3-2 to Ravens. If not, We could get a DoorDash day again. Like, bro, I promise you, Rab, I promise you, if we get another 3-0 day of each team, I might not do Monday show.
Yeah, we might. You know what? We might just turn up to the major and do a pre-show when we're there in person. Like we did last
because
time
like, listen, I can't talk
Airbnb.
about these matches every single fucking week if they're just getting absolutely 3-0 slammed. Because there's no competition.
Yeah, it's the only good thing about these qualifiers is that they're coming to an end. It's like, this is it.
Oh my god, I can't. Like, listen, I said the other week, I don't watch every match. You can't expect me and Rab for sure to watch every match. Like, by the time last match is on, like, I'm trying to be snoozing. I'm trying to be snoozing. Like, it's nothing to do with the matches. It's just time zone difference. But like, even like the matches that I think like, yo, this could be a good series. It's just 3-0s. Like, there's just no, I don't know. There's no fight anymore. Like, and that's why Rocker. That's why Rocker hurt. That's why Rocker hurts my soul because like I like supporting him because it's four group of guys that I think can do well, but they just let me down every single time, and I'm sick of being let down, Rab. Every single week, I'm just let down. That's probably what it is like for you with the Boston boys.
It does feel like that. I'm not gonna lie. Thanks for Prize Pick supporting today's show. If you guys want to get involved, claim $50 in your first $5 pick. Referral code Breaking Point. Link to download the app in the description box below as always. Pretty interesting couple of things is a fellow is at a pretty horrific line at a 50.5, but he's actually averaging 43 in his last 5. Fellow's averaged 42, 40, 41, 43 in his last 4 series. It's been a rough little stint for him. Oh, Johnny's not been too dissimilar. Obviously got slammed by FaZe, had a .58 KD. Wasn't the best. It's funny actually. Map 1, all the options here are like that come up in green as potentially being ones to look at, or on the Gentlmate side because their over under is still pretty high compared to what they've been doing, and it's the case for all of the players. Like this whole team has just been getting absolutely bopped lately. But it is a Skyline map 1, so obviously people are expecting maybe a few more interactions.
I mean, bro. All I know is, Rab, if we could bet over here, we'd be millionaires.
That's what I'm saying.
Because there's a lot of unders I'd be taking. There's a lot of unders. I mean, listen, what we got? We got Optic, LAG. Don't even get me started.
We got a dealership up to again. I think this is the point for me. The Optic is starting to bring dealership in. I mean, it confused me in the first place.
Maybe they're trusting Merc because Merc's like, yo, we can be good at this map. Maybe they're bringing Merc and Merc's like, yo, I think we could be good at this map. I got a couple of strats from challenges, and there's usually one player like does come into like a new roster and be like, yo, listen, if we listen to me, we might be good at this map. So let's try it. And what better team to try it than against LAG? Because you can just be like, oh shit, we lost. All right, we're not that good at that map, but we're going to get the 10 points anyway. It don't matter.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. But I find this interesting, like these numbers. So Optic vetoed dealership 10 times in a row when the map was first out. And then they picked it once, and then they won it. So, they're currently 1-0 in their search on dealership. So, I mean, look, I think they should be good at this map. It's a map that should suit them, and it could be pretty important, honestly, for their run for the rest of the... Because this is a map that we see quite a lot of play on. So it's important to be good at it.
Yeah, they need to be good at this map. I don't like the auto VOs.
Yeah, agreed.
Especially with like a new player in your team. And Merc is him.
Yeah, exactly. You also don't really know. I mean, yeah, Optic have banned Hassie, which is pretty interesting because it's not... That was a good map for them for quite some time. If you look at their record, I mean, it was the map that they loved at the start of the season. But that's obviously changed to some degree. So, yeah, we've got Mercules for MVP in the comments, trying to go for the gas. Vault Control as well. I think Optic will be pretty happy about this. But again, I think there's a little bit of... I could potentially see a 3-1 here. Like, I think the Gentlemates could maybe take a map.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be the game 1, maybe the game 3, but Like, I could see Optic losing the Skyline potentially, but if Optic win the
No,
Skyline,
no,
you don't
no.
think?
The only map
You don't
I can
think
see them
Kismet's
losing
gonna
is a
piss on
Vault
them?
Control.
Yeah, yeah, to be fair, yeah.
But like, listen, they are not losing. Like, they're not losing at all.
And that would, if Optic win, and puts them at 3-1, which means guaranteed winners bracket, guaranteed another 10 points on the board, and like that's a big result for Optic at this point in the season, because it means it's very, very challenging for anyone else to catch them up. Rocco obviously would then need to beat the Ravens. I think I've got Ravens in 5 there. I mean, I already know it's going to happen. So, you know, there's barely any point commenting on it, because you can just see it coming a million miles away.
We can gas up Optic all we want, but they're playing against LAG, you know, who just recently announced that they won't be making champs.
Announced, yeah. I mean,
you know, everyone's like, oh, you know, now we're mathematically our champs. Now we're, you know, now it's kicked in. Like, motherfucker, that shit should have kicked in 2 majors ago.
well, exactly.
I could have told you that. Start of the year, maybe. You know. But, listen, that first match is going to be a 3-0. 3-0 to Optic. Mercules is going to absolutely have his way. He's going to drop an absolute generational.
People
No
are
doubt
saying
in
that,
my
like,
mind.
Mercules, he's due for a bad series.
Not against LAG. He's not. Are you guys serious?
Honestly,
Yeah,
there's been a few series in the last couple of weeks where I thought, you know what, LAG might be able to do something here. Like against Rocker, I thought they might be able to do something. I mean, obviously it's Rocker, isn't it? But the thing is, now they might just be completely compromised, you know. It's difficult to...
Motherfucker, listen,
you know what I mean?
I promise you, they were compromised when they lost to Optic. That's when they were compromised. If they don't lose to Optic, I promise you they make champs. That loss to Optic was crazy. Team kills, up 100 points map 4, lose, choke the S&D, Nero shitting himself in a corner. Like, that series had everything. You know? That would have knocked Optic down 10 points, bumped Rocker up 10 points, you know, like... I told you, bro, I'm not, like, these things I'm never wrong about. It's like the Minnesota shit. You know, Ace was sat there saying, nah, this ain't going to choke them, bro. It's actually going to make them better because, you know, they realize that they're that good of a team. Motherfuckers didn't win for time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it is what it is.
Boston played Thieves. Thieves, both those teams 1 and 2, to be fair, so it's kind of important, but Thieves should take the dub. Let's have a look at the other interesting games of the weekend. I mean, Falcons play FaZe tomorrow, so good luck with that one. Ultra Surge is actually a pretty good series. Like, I mean, of the series I'm looking at here, okay, we've basically got 2 good series left. We've got Toronto Surge on the Sunday night, and look, I'm going to lean Toronto's way. I just like how they're looking right now, certainly online. And then we've got Toronto Optic. This really is the big series of the weekends on paper, because Optic should be going into this one 3-1 with the potential to really do something. Obviously, it's the Mercules Bowl, right? Because, you know, he was with these boys, now he's against them. Beans versus Mercules is going to be a storyline. So at least there's something going on in these matches.
Yeah, that's like the only storyline of the whole weekend, really. Merc versus Beans. Like, you know, everyone's had their opinion on it. Like, oh my God, they didn't sign this guy for Beans. And, you know, Beans didn't play that well. Listen, that Ultra team is going to be... I really do like that Ultra team. And if they beat Optic, I think it, you know, it does show a lot about them. And if Beans fries, then, you know, he could only gas up Mercules, but deep down he was like, nah, this kid needs to start doing shit, bro. Because like,
yeah, no, 100%. You could tell it in his voice. He was like,
bro, I'll be doing the same shit, bro. Like, bro, when I got dropped from Mac on New York, I was like, this guy's ass. Yeah, better
you
than me.
gotta hate watch.
Then they win an event. I'm like, shit, maybe I was shit. Never mind. And then I came back and absolutely slammed them guys. So I was like, nah, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. I'm never wrong.
I'm back. I'm never wrong. I'm back.
Beans was content on the weekend. Do deserves a permanent league spot. Look, I 100% agree. I think Beans is class. I think there's elements of Beans' gameplay can probably improve. And I think the Mercury's thing, hopefully, to Beans will be a bit of a, I don't want to say a wake-up call exactly, because obviously he's not under threat anymore, but I think the idea that someone stepped in for him at an event and looked just as good, like just some new kid, I think Beans will think, okay, like, you know, I got a bit of work to do on my gameplay. Lion Mac and Easy Man. Lion Mac and Easy Man. That's a new one. That is a new one. Yeah, Lion Mac. Let me see what our predictions are looking like here from Lion Mac and Easy Man. Oh, we've got a couple of rocker pickers. We've got a couple of rocker pickers on the day. God, I'm actually
really
so washed. I
really do.
I was kind of tempted, but I thought, like, realistically, it's just a Ravens in 5. It is what it is.
Listen, I really did want to go rocker, but I've lost love for the boys, man. I really have.
Yeah. I do hear you on that. And yeah, then everyone's got Thieves across the board. Everyone's got Optic across the board. So we start the weekend tied. I'm thinking this could be your stage, Trey, you know. I want it major.
I'm having a good run considering.
I'm not gonna lie, that Easy Mac is actually locking in because he's usually.
Rab, you know what we got to do? On. Me and you have got to start conspiring. You know, we got to start working together.
I like.
I'm thinking a little. I'm thinking a little text on the side, like, "Yo, what you thinking today?" Because if we remember rightly, I won you your last trophy.
No, you did. I need to find a way to win you one back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like
might be having a few words with certain teams.
I'd say you're one of my very good friends, one of my best friends, Rap. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. And the fact that I won you yours.
Yeah, you got to think I got to run that back. I'm going to need to... It might be Rab World League. I might have a chat with Adam Apicella.
The Rab Duty League, the RDL. Actually, no, that don't...
I know about that one.
That sounds...
We can work on that.
Sounds something... That don't sound good. We won't run with that.
Yeah, we can work on that one. But we need to also make sure that Breaking Point, we take all the trophies. Because, like, I think Major 1 was a bit of a shambles because we started it late, so we didn't give out a trophy for that one. But somehow Ace won the last major trophy, although he's back to normal form here this time, so that's, you know, good to see. But Easy Mac's locking in, because Austin was telling me how, like, he would, like, overthink so hard on the, like, the predictions and stuff, the stats and all this. And then he always ends up just overthinking and saying, oh, well, these guys actually have a good chance here, so I'll pick them to win. But it never works out like that. You just got vibes. That's how we do it.
That's what I do, bro. I just straight up vibes it. And then someone looks at me and goes, what? You're dumb for picking that. I'm like, all right, watch this. They win, and I'm like... But, like, I'm one of those guys, Rab, that I'll pick the dumb shit.
Hell yeah.
And then when it comes through, I'm like, told you guys that.
I'm the guy. I find it funny when, like, Lineman would pick Optic in a series that they were, you know, when they were getting absolutely slammed. And they win. They win game 1, and people are in the replies going, "Yo, Lion knows ball. He knows ball." 3-1. Next 30 minutes.
6-0 Destiny, 3-0 Control.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it happens
Lion
so much.
Does not know ball.
Yeah, when people pick a team and people are gassing them up in the replies, be like, "Yo, they know something," but they don't really know anything. But yeah, this weekend is it's it. Who's excited for that? I'm excited for that. So honestly, like,
I'm so excited. Like,
yeah,
I haven't had this much excitement since I was playing. You know,
hell yeah,
insane. The watch party is gonna be crazy. Your birthday that weekend.
Hell yeah, Saturday night,
but we're going. You know, we're gonna get a meal. You know, whenever.
Get a meal. Maybe a little Friday night meal.
Maybe a little steak.
I actually was on Clay's Twitter today. I saw him tweet out a little steakhouse spot. Evelyn. Had to look it up. Little prime ribeye for about 72. For not bad for a Dallas steakhouse. So
yeah, maybe maybe we'll take Falcons out for dinner.
Yeah,
On
maybe we
their
will.
card.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little birthday present from the card of Denholm Dens Taylor. We'll see about that.
Yeah, or a little
people-
James Eubanks.
People are saying the audio's gone. I think I've been dropping frames a little bit today for some reason, but all good.
Right, you're probably on. You're probably on Virgin Media.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once it's been cooked. But anyway, that's 8 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. And you know what that means? It is time for the show to be over. We ain't watching Map 1 today. I got some food to eat.
Nah,
Trey's got places to be.
I got a dinner res in like 10 minutes. So.
Hell yeah, perfect timing. Been a pleasure as always. We'll be back on Monday. And on Monday, Trey will be live from Dallas. I will be live from my hotel in London Heathrow Airport the night before flying out there.
Oh, wait, we're both on road.
Hell yeah, we're both on road.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, look, honestly, it's all good. I'll just download some more RAM for the laptop. It's the way we do it out here. All right, take care, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.